Welcome back to our Blues Walk. It's 20 more minutes of Birmingham City chat. This week we're of course fresh back from St Mary's, where once again Birmingham on the road are doing our head in. Just why oh why can we not get the same standard of football that we see at St Andrews? We've got Paul and Jason to run the rule over that old age question. Coming up this week then, just what went wrong at Southampton? Are we now sick and tired of one certain striker? We're also talking about the best injury time winner you've seen the Blues score in your time watching them. What did you make of the World Cup draw, and which Blues star do we think we're going to be hearing more of in the summer? And we're up to the letter I this week in our A to Z of Blues heroes. Paul and Jason are here, having sat and watched another away collapse. But Paul, are these away performances getting better or not?
I don't know. If I'm honest, I think Southampton were really good. I think he's a big part of what happened on Saturday. I think they've got some real top talent in that team, and I think it's starting to click for them. And our poor away form sort of lended to them sort of hitting a bit of form, and they were just better, I think is the easiest way to put it.
It's fair enough. The ex-Premier League side with parachute payments, aren't they? So we'd expect there to be a bit of a gulf. Let's get the elephant out of the room then, shall we, with both of you there. Let's go to what people are talking about online. Christian says, absolutely abysmal in front of goal, torn apart with ease, and Kyogo is absolutely shambolic. There's other tweets I could have put up here, such as, I'm fed up of him now, never want to see him again, he's a joke. Jason, are you tiring of him?
It's getting really difficult to defend him. Really, really difficult. And I'm someone that's backed him as much as I can, but that chance against Southampton, you've got to be scoring that. Like, there's no excuses for that. That is shocking. That is really poor.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I think a lot of fans like something to moan about, don't they? And at the moment, he plays right into that sort of area where they're given every right to moan about him. We see people miss chances like that every game, all up and down the country. So I think him missing it just because he's missed a few before that, they're gonna be hot on his back, aren't they? Like if he'd have scored a few before and then done that, no one talks about it. They say it's unlucky, he's snatched it, he's low on confidence and all this other stuff. But he gets in the right positions. He just doesn't take the chance. And I've seen a lot of our fans going, oh, we shouldn't have sold Alfie May and we shouldn't have done this and we shouldn't have done that. But Alfie May struggles to get in a Huddersfield side. Kyogo is a better player than what Alfie May is, but he's just having a torrid time in front of goal.
He does, don't he? He works his socks off, don't he? But it's just those expectations that he's come with, hasn't it? That he was just going to net after what happened at Celtic, and that the expectations don't help him. But I guess he does the right things when he comes on, don't he? He runs his socks off. It's just like I said, I'm struggling to defend him when he's missing chances like that.
You can't defend them. You can't defend the miss like that, and it's undefendable to miss that. But at least he gets there. I don't even think Alfie May gets in that position in this league. He might do in League One, but he doesn't get in that position in this league.
Does it highlight how bad the Scottish League is?
I think so. Yeah, I think in playing in Scotland and doing well up there, I think that is probably lower end of the Championship League One standard, isn't it? And when he's playing in a Celtic side, he's going to get 300 chances a game, isn't he? So
okay.
You can miss 299 as long as you score one, can't you, in that league?
Yeah. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, though, Jason, we've been here before, haven't we? Even on this podcast, which has been going for 15 weeks, on with the same question. He's given him a rest. He's taken him out the side. He's put him back in again. He's played him with a striker, without a striker. But what's the solution here? How do we get the best out of a player who hasn't shown anything so far?
Unfortunately, for Kyogo, I think the answer is he needs to start, and he's just not going to start currently. Like you can't take Marvin Dukes out of the team because of his link play. So I think you either stick with him until he eventually scores coming off the bench, or worst case scenario, you look at doing something in January and maybe potentially cutting your losses. But I don't think they'll do that. But I think they're your only two options. You've got to persevere with him off the bench until he eventually clicks, or you look to sell him. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I think he'll start in the cup. I think they'll play him in the cup.
Yeah, the cup, worst thing in the world for him, would it? Give him 90 minutes, see what he can do.
Okay. The Duke's Head says, can someone please ask Chris Davies how Stano lasted 85 minutes in that game? It's not impossible to drag him off if he's not having a good game. We kept him and Kyogo up top together and started pinging crosses to their 6'3" centre backs. Yeah, do you see that point, Jason?
Yeah, I get it, but to be fair, you could have had Stano on the entire game. For Chris Davies has got a real thing for if we've got the ball out wide, ping it in, and we never really win crosses anyway, do we? Unless it's like, I don't know, sort of like a scramble, like unless it's pinpoint. Marvin Dutch doesn't really win headers. Jay doesn't win headers. So in essence, for me, I just wouldn't be whipping it in as much as we do. But yeah, I get his point. But again, Chris Davies loves Jay Stansfield. There's a few of them in there that he absolutely loves, and if he could play them 150 minutes in a game, I think he would. So, and Jay's just one of them. I don't, unless we're comfortably winning, I don't think he's ever going to bring Jay off, unfortunately, for us.
Okay. Now, as a neutral, obviously, we cover all the Championship games, which means I get to watch the highlights and obviously read through all the fallout of the games, which means I don't really, when I look at the stats of games, I don't really kind of understand where all the criticism and the fallout from this away performance comes from. We had more possession, equal amount of shots, half the amount of shots on target, more corners than them, more accurate passes than them. Passing accuracy was higher and similar booking. So on paper, when I'm looking at the stats of the game, Paul, and trying to understand why were you so bad, yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think we were. It wasn't a performance where I walked away from it thinking shocking, like terrible. I just think Southampton are that good. They just had Tom Fellows and that Azam or Azaz or something.
Yeah,
they just ran through quality. We couldn't get close to them. And then a mistake from the goalkeeper and some poor closing down from the defenders, and they punished it with players that are just at a better standard.
It creates that narrative, though, Jason, doesn't it? Of we're rubbish away from home, and you've got QPR on Tuesday night. Does he need to react and do something different? Like some fans are saying, we need to change the way that we play away from home, or is it just a case of just stick with it? This will come good over time.
I mean, you're talking about a manager that is very. Once he's found his way of playing, that's his way of playing. So we could be screaming from the rooftops of asking to play different away from home. I just don't think it's going to happen. Chris Davies is, I don't want to say set in his ways, but he's got his idea of playing football, and that's how we play. He's figured it out at home, and he's, from what I can read and listen to what he says, I think he's just sort of waiting for that way to play football to click away from home. And like Paul just said, I don't think we were awful away from Southampton. It's just that quality that they've got. Like there are little bits of things where we will look at and we need to be better at. Like you can't give Finazaz as much room as we did on the edge of the box. James Beardie will know he's got to do better for the second. There's little things like that, but I think it will click. And like Paul said, Southampton have got some real quality.
After QPR, then it's old friends from League One, Charlton, coming to St Andrews this Saturday. Paul, have you been? First of all, were you surprised that they were the ones that of course won the playoffs and came up with you from your meetings last season?
No, I think they had I think not 9 times out of 10, the team that has the final good for bit of form before the playoffs is the team that goes up, and I think they springed into life just at the right time in League One to sort of push the way through that playoff. I think they were the probably informed team, and I don't think they were undeserving of going up that. So I think Leighton Orient will probably feel hard done by, but Stockport was another one, wasn't it? And teams like that. But I think they deserve to go up. I think they're a bigger team than the League One side. I think is the.
Yeah, this should be 3 points, though, shouldn't it, Jason? Looking at their form,
has to be 3 points. if we're going to mount any serious charge for the playoffs or whatever the aims are for this season, which I assume is to try and go up, while our away form is as poor as his home form has got to be spot on. It's got to be 3 points. It has to be.
Yeah. It's a good job it is, isn't it? Because otherwise we'd be talking about relegation, wouldn't we? Based on the away form, crikey.
It's crazy. I don't know if has anyone actually looked at the table in terms of home form versus away form? I didn't realise how bad it actually was. For home form, we're third. For away form, we're fourth bottom.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
But I think that's how everyone sees everyone looks in the Championship as their home games are must-win games. So it's not like last season where we were going to teams and they were sitting back and just thinking, well, it's our ground, but we still don't want to get battered by this lot. We're going to teams this season and they're thinking, no, we're not having it. This is our home ground and we're going to show you why it's our home ground. And every team does the same thing. It's not like last season. I think it's so hard to get some away wins on the board because nobody sits there and defends anymore. They all think, well, now we have to make our home ground a fortress.
Okay. Right. We're going to do the A to Z of Birmingham City in a second, which is the letter I this week. Bit tricky, or may not be. It depends how much research the guys have done. A couple of points before that, though, and we're talking about injury time winners because the Championship has had more 90th minute goals so far this season than any other season so far to date. I'll let you discuss between you. What's your favourite 90th minute winner for the Blues that you've seen?
I can't remember if this was in the 90th minute, but we were against Middlesbrough a couple of seasons ago, and a young lad who came through our youth set up, Odin Bailey, scored really late on. And from where the ball was crossed in, I was stood in the ground, and the player who crossed the ball in, Dan Crowley, turned around to celebrate with the fans. And I jumped over a few rows of seats thinking, I'll get in there, we'll have a cuddle celebrating this goal. And as I did it, I lost my house keys and got locked out of my house for the night. And when I got to the bottom to sort of embrace him, he turned around and ran off to go and celebrate with the actual players. So it was a whole wasted jump of 4 rows to get down there. But I think it might have been the 89th minute and not an injury time, but it was a late one.
Jason, can you beat that?
I mean, I know it wasn't. I don't think it was injury time. But Fabian Martins those scenes were incredible that late on. To be fair, the scenes when we beat Blackburn, that they were cracking. 7,000 was going mental. Lyndon Dykes as well. Like us to Wembley, they were good scenes as well. They were really good scenes.
Yeah.
As well.
Good.
Stan John scored in the last few minutes against the Villa the one season for a draw. I know that was mental.
Of course, Tom Brady popped up in the World Cup draw, of course, on Friday. If you were watching it, which was a bit of a car crash of a show, but it's got us asking which Birmingham City player do we think we might be hearing a lot of in the summer. Who do you reckon?
I mean, we've only.
I don't know who's going. I know Lyndon Dykes gets in the Scotland side, but
yeah,
I can't see him doing much there. I can't see Scotland doing much there, to be fair. So.
I fancy him to get out of the group, to be fair. Then I'd probably fancy him to get battered after that. Because your first 3 go through now, don't they? So they should probably get through that.
Mm.
But yeah, the only one that sticks out for me is Lyndon Dykes because I don't think anyone of ours would go. Nigeria, didn't Nigeria qualify? I don't think they did.
Yeah.
Did they? But yeah, you got Bright for them. I think that's about think career. I think a whack to get to the band squad anyway. So yeah, for us, we're looking at Lyndon Dykes.
Yeah. Well, we just hope that obviously, you are Americanized yourself, of course, and I hope that we don't see things like that popping up this side of the water, because it was cringy and embarrassing, and hopefully, I
haven't watched a single minute of it.
No, don't.
I knew that it was going to be something that I just weren't a fan of.
Yeah.
And I knew that there was probably going to be Donald Trump involved, and I thought, nah.
Okay.
Right. The final. Do you know how they do a Super Bowl show at half time? Apparently that's what we've got for the World Cup final this year.
Brilliant.
Apparently.
To be fair, I remember the Blues in the playoffs. We had Atomic Kitten at half time against Norwich. If they can match that.
Yeah, really bad.
Right, let's see how they've done this week with the challenging letter of the alphabet so far, letter I. How have we done, fellas? Jason, anything?
Yeah, two come to mind. We've obviously got Iwata now. We had Muzzy, is it?
Muzzy, is it? Oh, that's a shout, yeah. Paul?
I had a conversation with my brother about it, and he said Jordan I, but he's the player that played the crossing that Caddy scored in the last few minutes against Bolton. So he said I started that move off, so that was the quickest, the only ones that I think. Muzzy it was one, and Iwata was the other one, I think, and that's it.
Right, who do we want in then?
I mean, Iwata's more generation.
Iwata's probably done a bit more than all the others.
Iwata is going in the Birmingham City Hall of Fame for letter I. Right, next week it's J. Few more to choose from next week on that one, so join us, of course, for that. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, of course, so much for watching. Do drop us a subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Already, we love making this content for you. And again, if you're a Blues fan that fancies yourself as a podcaster, can give your views on the games, then drop your details below. We'd love to have you third person joining Paul and Jason weekly. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you at the other side of the games this week. Have a good one, everyone.